Dale. My name is Dale Sprintz, and we're going to do a Thin French Apple Tart today. First thing we do, I have 2½ cups of unbleached all-purpose flour. I always use unbleached. Sometimes I'll add a ½ cup of whole wheat flour to it if you'd like. And then we do 1 tablespoon of sugar. And we do a ½ teaspoon of salt. And then I've already pre-cut the butter. There's 3 sticks of butter here. And I have cut the butter into little pieces so it will blend with your crust. And the butter should be cold but not frozen, not room temperature, just enough to make it blend in with the flour. And this I'm using is 1/4 cup of organic vegetable shortening, which isn't hydrogenized. Okay, and then I'm going to take a pastry blender and I'm going to mix this. When you get to the consistency of small peas, I'm going to add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and 6 tablespoons of ice water. Stir it together. I'm going to kind of bring this into a fold like that. Just turn it, flatten it, and then cut it in half. Remember, this is making 2 crusts. And pretty much 2 9-inch pie crusts. It's a great pie crust also. Or tart crust, a thin tart. Divide it and do the same thing again. I just fold 4 corners up and I push it into a ball. You don't want to have your hand, you don't want too much warmth on it. Just do it quickly and flatten it into a disc. That's it. And you put it into your freezer or you refrigerate it. Chill it for 1 hour if you want to use it same day. And I just put a little flour on my table there, on my dough. And then make sure your dough, when you roll it out, has been chilled at least an hour. You want to roll this to 12 inches so it'll fit onto your... And after you get to this point, I wouldn't turn it anymore. Okay? And it's easy to roll out a crust. Just think of an X, and that's what you want to do. And you want to get this really thin so you don't have a lot of calories in it when you cut yourself a piece, or your friend, or whoever you have over. Put your one hand underneath, flip it over, put your pan right there. Your crust will go right in. And cut off your crust. And just mix gently, sprinkle the cinnamon, sugar mixture over the crust. I'm also going to grate a nutmeg, just a little bit, into the rest of the cinnamon sugar. The apples that I used are Golden Delicious, and I did put 1 Jazz apple in there. I put 2 Jonagolds and 1 Golden Delicious. So you can mix your apples. Make sure you get baking apples and not apples that are eating, like regular delicious apples. Arrange your apple slices try to be as uniform as you can. What you want to do is core them, peel them, and if a little tiny bit of peel is on there, that's fine. And then you want to arrange them spoke-like the spokes of a bicycle. And this can be so quick, really, it can. Now you want to take the rest of the cinnamon and sugar mixture with the nutmeg and the allspice and just sprinkle it all over the tart. And I'm going to do 3 because some of this is left in. There you go. 2, Now what this does, the honey and the vanilla, is add a wonderful, wonderful glaze to the tart. And except for a little of that sugar, this is, I'm just going to do this, this is the only sweetener on there. So it's not a no-calorie tart, but it sure is good and worth every bite. Make sure it's mixed. And right before the pie comes out of the oven, I'm going to microwave this just for about 20-25 seconds. And after 425 and a half an hour, you see your crust has shrunk a little bit, but it's just perfect. Right before you take it out of the oven, I would just put this in the microwave and your honey, and you just, with a brush, I use a silicone brush, you put on your fresh mint if you have it, if it's growing in your garden, and voila, enjoy.